Headspace is considered a very, very popular meditation app. It is a popular meditation app. I finally did some serious meditation work with Headspace. I went through the Headspace Pro Level 1 course, which is just a course on their app. I'll do a review on that in a little bit. But for now, I just want to talk about Headspace and my thoughts on it. Now, I have never been a big fan of Headspace. And the reason I don't like Headspace is simple. It's that it tries to take the entire concept of meditation, whatever it is and whatever you think it is, whatever I think it is, and it tries to package it in a way that I think is completely wrong. It packages it in a way that completely misses the point for me of what meditation is about and what the point of meditation is. The ultimate point for me of meditation, or of any deep self-inquiry into my own nature, into who I really am, including psychedelics, like mushrooms or LSD, or other psychedelics, the ultimate point is to discover the true nature of reality. It's not to feel better. And I talk about that a lot in some of my videos. I talk about that in the self-development space, where if it's a negative thing that puts you on the self-development track, that's not gonna, unfortunately, that's not gonna be enough. You need a deeper thing that's gonna make you want to improve yourself. Because if you're just trying to run away from pain, it's never gonna be enough. In the same vein, I think meditation or psychedelic use to try to make yourself feel better is just the wrong path. It's just the wrong way. And most people are on that path and are on that way. And so what I'm saying is, I'm saying that's the wrong way. That's the wrong approach. You're deluded. You're focused on the wrong thing. You're focused on making yourself feel better when you should instead focus on understanding the true nature of reality and understanding who you are and moving towards a place where you could see and understand and see and know who you really are, and see the monkey for what it really is, and understand your true nature, which is very different from what you've probably thought it is your entire life. It's not that. For me, when I had glimpses of my true nature, it was it's different than what I thought it was, and I think that's the point. And there's a inherent beauty and calmness and peace to it, to understanding your true nature. But again, this is a harsh and robust view. It's not the point. Even if understanding your true nature is not going to make you feel better, that's still the point, for me personally. And I think the meditations that one might do to feel better in any way, and let's take a look at the Headspace app. Let's look at the app and see what kind of meditations they have. So let's see. So on Headspace, they have it's a pretty well built app. I mean, there's a lot of good to say on it. I should probably do a review that's more structured, right? I'm really ad-libbing this one. I'm talking freely off the top of my head, which I've done for all my videos. But in this case, I feel that I don't want to be too negative on this app, because I realize I just opened the app and I see that it's there is so much good to the app too, in that it's pushing people towards meditating, and that's generally a pretty good thing. I don't want to bag on it too much, but it is a shitty app, in terms of just the point. It misses the point. So you have a ton of investing, a ton of work. Clearly, a ton of work has gone into this app. Just a ton of work. It's a beautiful, well-designed app. And the meditation I did, the Pro Level 1 course, just very well done in terms of the what you could see from the company in terms of their desire to produce a good product. They've done that. They've produced a they've done their best to produce a decent product, but it's just not enough. It's just a shitty product in many ways, in one way, in one big way, in that it doesn't really talk about meditation for what it really needs to be and what it's supposed to be. So let's take a look at all the courses. um, okay, so the courses A to Z. Let me just run through a few of these courses. Acceptance, appreciation, basics, coping with cravings, dealing with distractions, fear of the future, finding focus, grieving, handling stress, happiness, kindness, leaving home, letting go of stress, managing anxiety, mindful eating. And then you have all the pro level courses, pro level 1 through pro level 8. And then you have just you continuing, relationships, restlessness, sleep, self-esteem, sleep health, sleep and sleep health, two different ones. Interesting. Sports, different kind of sports meditations. But so I took the pro level 1 course, and that course was a very interesting intro to meditation. It was the teacher, quote unquote, for that particular course was the founder of Headspace himself, Andy. And so he's, I guess, a co-founder. I think there may have been other founders. So one of the co-founders, Andy P. I think his last name is Andy Putticombe. So he did it well. I mean, this seems like a decent guy, and he's into meditation, and he's into bringing it to a lot of people. The only problem is that, so I did the pro level 1 course. I'll review that later. The only problem with the overall app is that in these in the set of pro courses 1 to 8. So I took level 1 completely from beginning to end. Not a big deal, very light course. You could do it in one day. You could do it in half a day. So the only problem I have is that the entire suite of pro courses, levels 1 through 8, that entire suite is basically what should be an intro level course on a proper meditation app or program. So if I was going to create my own meditation program or app, and I would not create that because I'm what the fuck do I know about meditation? I'm just a student as well. But if I were, I would have this course as the basics, the foundation, just the first sliver. Maybe not the last two, maybe not 7 and 8, but maybe 1 through 5 or 1 through 6. Um, and I'll review each. I'm gonna take each one of these courses and I'll review them later. But basically, you have a pro course within the entire suite of Headspace meditation courses, a very large suite, right, of courses. So what is it? A San Francisco-based company, I guess. It's a startup. They've developed a lot. They've put a lot of money to developing these courses. They're well done. They have good graphics. It's just a very well polished app. It's how you imagine an app would be in 2021. A good, well polished app for meditation. But the problem is, you're not talking about meditation. You're not. You're just talking about sleep and self-esteem and sports or self-acceptance or leaving home or whatever that particular sub-focus of each meditation is. You're talking about those things, and you're not talking about meditation at all, except touching the surface of meditation in the pro level courses, where you finally instruct the person, the meditator, the listener, to sit still for a second and to observe the raw sensation of feeling still. And even I mean, it seems like that's what's going to happen in the entire suite. In level 1, it's just about, hey, pro level 1, hey, let's just get you to be able to sit still, for a second, to get you used to that. That should be that should be a level 1 thing. The only thing is, it shouldn't be called pro. It should just be called level 1 for any meditation program. So it's completely missing the point, and it's completely taking all these people that are interested in Headspace and just taking them to a path that's like going to make them think meditation is something else than what it really is. And what meditation really is, what it really should be, and the biggest benefit it can give to humanity is is about understanding your true nature, your true, um, basically your true nature. It's about understanding who you really are and what really exists and what doesn't, and seeing raw sensations as they appear for what they really are, without all the stories you put on top of them, and appreciating them, and appreciating the stories too. After all, they're raw sensations too. So, meditation is a very, very interesting and useful practice. But to actually do it, you have to be taught meditation, and talking about sleep, and talking about self-esteem, and talking about all that kind of stuff. you- Dude, you're missing the point completely of what meditation is. You're just missing the point. That's not what meditation's about. And so, in one sense, I appreciate Headspace for bringing people into the meditation kind of community. But in another sense, I think that Headspace has a responsibility to guide people more appropriately on the meditation path, and to really explain what the end goal of meditation is. And of course, it's so tough talking about end goals in meditation, right? Because there's not supposed to be an end goal. There isn't supposed to be one. But when we're sitting here in the small state of consciousness in the monkey, of course there is an end goal, and in a sense there is an end goal. So there both is and isn't, and you have to be comfortable with that duality. When things are and aren't at the same time in meditation and these kind of psychedelic and spiritual and mystical practices, you have to be comfortable with ambiguity, and you have to be comfortable with things being A and B at the same time, where in normal rationality you can't have that. If one thing is black, it can't be white, it's black. If one thing is white, it can't be black, it's white. And then, so you would say, oh, you mix black and white, you'd have gray. But in the mystical world, something can be black and white at the same time. So, um, so I recommend Headspace for those who are just so new to meditation that they just want to get just the most the most strange and crazy appetizer from the full menu of what meditation has to offer. I also might recommend it to people who are suffering now. Say you broke up with your girlfriend or boyfriend, and you're suffering, and you think meditation might help you, and you think meditation may help you, and there's like an internal drive, some kind of internal voice saying, "Hey, pursue this, pursue this." I can see why that would happen, and I could see why somebody would be driven to a course like a relationships course on Headspace. But I can also say very strongly, I could say that the for most people, assuming you're mentally okay and healthy and you're not going to do crazy shit in the interim, getting on the path towards actual meditation, a real meditation path, will be better for you. It'll take years though. It'll take years, and you're going to suffer in between. So it's a very harsh thing that I'm saying. Of course, this is not medical or mental health advice. Not at all. I don't know you. Again, I don't know you. But that's a hard path. Most people want some kind of relief in the interim. You just do. If you're hurting, you do want some relief in the interim. And an app like Headspace seems like it just may provide some relief. But the problem is it's fake relief, it's false relief. The real relief, the truest and realest relief, is only going to come when you understand your true nature. Only when you understand your true nature will true relief arrive. Until then, it's all mirages of relief, fake relief, temporary relief. And then when you understand your true nature, you'll see that all. And it'll all make sense for an instant, and then it may not make sense anymore. Stay on the right track.